Today is Monday, January 5th, and this is your forecast for the central United States. Happy New Year. And as we start this new year, we're going to notice temperatures actually warming up a bit here for much of the country. And that's a nice change after some really cold temperatures, especially in the Midwest and throughout the Great Lakes region. But we've had some cold temperatures all the way down to the Gulf Coast. That, again, is changing with lots of 70s in the forecast here, as I show you here in a moment for the rest of this week. We will also be watching a bit of a pattern change that sort of favors maybe some heavier snow in the middle of the country toward the end of this week. So stay tuned for updates on that. 37 today in Grand Rapids and Detroit, 40 in Cleveland, 42 in Chicago, 50 over there in Des Moines, a little bit snow, flake and sleet action over there in Minneapolis. So a little bit colder up that way. 50 or near 50 from Cincinnati to Louisville, only 45 there in Pittsburgh, 62 in Memphis, and 64 in Nashville. But look at this warm up in the Midwest. What a change here. So out east of low pressure is where you're going to get the warm up. So we're on the warm side of the system there in Detroit. So it's out in the central plains where you end up on the cold side of things. And that's where I think we could have some heavier snow and maybe some blizzard conditions if everything sort of forms the way it looks like it might by the end of the week. 50 is on your radar there in Chicago for Thursday, and followed by a cool down as a cold front eventually makes its way east. 46 today in Washington, D.C., 64 in Wilmington, 59 in Charleston, still shy of 70 in Savannah. Hang tight. It is going to warm up over the next several days. 75 today in Tampa, 71 in New Orleans. We've got 73 in Dallas and Miami. After being in the 60s a few days there, you're back up into the upper 70s, almost 80 degrees. All right, Charlotte, look at this. Looking good tomorrow. We'll tack on almost 10 degrees, and then we'll peak right around 70, or maybe just shy of that here for the rest of the week. That is a lot better than what we've had lately. A bit of a cool feel still this morning in Fort Lauderdale, but it is going to be a nice day. A high of 78 there as well. 71 degrees with clear skies later on this evening, and we'll hold in the upper 70s for highs, but there's an outside shot we get up near 80 or better by the end of the week. All right, that is your Monday morning weather update. Again, Happy New Year. I hope everyone has a great start to the week. Remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.